Hey folks, Quill18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Football Manager 2017. We're still playing as Ayr United. We've got a match tomorrow against Dunfermline at home. Dunfermline is the 10th rated team overall. We are hoping to beat them relatively resoundingly. Last game we played was against Falkirk, a game we expected to lose, really extremely, and surprisingly, up until about 3.5 minutes to the end, we were actually a draw, and I think I could have maintained that draw, actually, if I hadn't looked to capitalize so aggressively on a couple of openings that did present themselves. We also played with a very wonky sort of asymmetrical setup last time, which looks very inelegant. Doesn't look very good on this chart, but if you sort of visualize it as the idea of, well, we sort of had, this sort of particular, I don't know, maybe 3 attacking midfielder setup kind of thing, and then or 3 midfielder setup, but one was playing slightly further ahead, slightly wider, which is what we were doing with Alan Forrest in a sense. I'm trying to get Alan Forrest some more play. I promised him some more play, and honestly, he's a pretty good player. I mean, he's only counted as 3 stars overall, but he's got more potential. He's only 20 years old. We could really do some good thing with Alan Forrest over here in the long run. So this is our old tactic. This is the one we were playing for most of things, and we're using Harkins up here as an attacking midfielder, and he's very, very, very good in the on-Gonch role. But one of the things with Harkins is he's actually good in quite a lot of different roles. As a result, I've gone ahead and basically still have a 4-3-1-2 narrow configuration, but a couple of little tweaks in the roles, and more importantly, it moves Harkins back as a midfielder as opposed to an attacking midfielder. Now, this isn't using Harkins as well, although he is going to be playing as a... Whoops, that's not what I want to click on. I want to click over here. He is going to be playing as an advanced playmaker. So we're hoping that he gets some relatively good stuff going on here. There's also the... there's the box. I'm surprised he's not a better box-to-box midfielder because it does tend to make him pretty active. But yeah, we're going to play him as an advanced... playmaker. Might play more on the attack as well. Encourage him to move up because his shooting is quite good. Let's see, his long shots are actually surprisingly good as well. If we play him a bit more aggressively, it should be okay. The ball-winning midfielder, we're going to keep you... you look more comfortable as a support role. Question, if I'm moving Harkins forward, I may want you to be more explicitly on the defense. I think I'll split the difference, and I'll make Harkins be on a support role. We'll see. Anyway, all that, it opens up the role for Alan Forrest to play as an attacking midfield over here. Now, he can't really play the on-Gonch role. He's not super comfortable in that. Close down less, dribble less, more risky passes. Interesting, dribble more is one of the big differences, and he's just comfortable in this. So he's going to be moving a little bit more with the ball. But it does open him up, and then we've got still sort of very dangerous trio up front. Alan Forrest isn't playing wide. He is very comfortable playing the winger, but maybe this will work out better. We'll see how it goes. We still have Harkins operating sort of on the right here to offset Crane being on the left, and overall, it looks a lot better. So we'll see how this feels. I'm still tempted to tell Harkins to be more aggressive. You know what? I am going to put him on the attack here because, and we're going to be standard mentality as opposed to control. This is, in theory, a weaker team, so we might be able to play a little bit more aggressively. But I think I'm going to leave us on standard, but put you on attack to sort of split that difference here. And we don't have Adams on as a fully defensive-minded ball-winning midfielder. We'll see how that goes, at least for now. It should still be relatively defensively-minded ball-winning midfielder. I think the difference between the two is that he doesn't have the hold position more explicitly put in. And it probably doesn't make quite as much use of his passing skill, which is a 12. Yeah, because on defense, fewer risky passes. On support, that instruction goes away. So yeah, this actually is quite a bit better. He'll still be relatively defensively minded, but it'll make better use of his actual passing instead of just trying to dump off the ball really, really short. And in fact, this may actually help with our overall mobility a lot more. We'll see how it goes. No special instructions for Doherty over here. I think he has been playing a support-minded central midfielder all along, and I think that's going to be fine. There are quite a few options. In fact, he's just as comfortable playing an advanced playmaker, say, as Harkins. Maybe a little bit less. But, yeah, we'll just have him just be a standard central midfielder, and that's going to be okay. So we're going to go in with this and see how it goes. It's worth noting our match against... training report... Making most improved. We should making some suggestions about changing our focus. That seems fine over there. Some people aren't training up so well, but that's okay. Most concerned about aerobic. You want us to train? Oh yeah, strength. I was thinking aerial is what I was thinking for a second there. Okay, no, I think we're okay. All right, let's keep going. Excellent. Oh yeah, our match against Falkirk got pushed back because most of our players were on. Well, not most of our players, but a lot of really important players were up on international duty. So Craig Moore, apparently fans feel he hasn't been performing lately. That might be a function of the fact that as a defensive forward, he's not getting quite as many opportunities to do some cool stuff. But I don't know. It's not like we tell him to like shoot less or anything like that. I'm not sure. Maybe he hasn't been performing that well as a defensive forward. You know, maybe his tackling attempts don't work out so well. Maybe we should put him in a more standard sort of just kind of advanced forward or something like that. I don't know. No, we'll leave him there for now. I mean, overall, we've mostly been winning. We do have, what, 2 losses in a row, though? Yeah, 2 losses in a row. Both tough, really tough teams. Both away games as well. But it was a little bit heartbreaking. So hopefully we'll win this one. Get ourselves back on a winning streak. That'll feel really good. So this is the composition we're going to go with. I'm going to submit this team. Hit yes. That's going to be hopefully okay. So we don't have Geegan, our excellent ball-winning midfielder, but hopefully we'll be okay. We are our favorite. Not a huge favorite, though. Looks like Dunfermline are missing some key players, which is nice. And maybe are playing with 2 injuries, which is interesting. I'll just apply the advice as is to the team. So we're going to tightly mark the 2 strikers. That, you know, sure, why not? I'm going to be assertive here and say, come on, lads, break us out of this bad run. No one reacted particularly strongly to that, unfortunately. There we go. We'll throw in a little bit of passion in here. Hopefully help our moods, because our morale is not particularly good. All right. So we're going to start off in possession of the ball. We've got Crane playing his wide position, as is typical. He'll pass it back to the middle. We've got Doherty over to Forrest. Ooh, but the ball gets knocked away from him, which is too bad. Hopefully we can take it back relatively quickly. I don't like the speed that we feel like we're getting from the other team. Magat knocks it away. Good slide tackle, and he's able to grab the ball again. Wonderful. And we're going to start our own rally back in the other direction, or are we? No. Possession is split 50-50. We're only 5 minutes in. Moore's got the ball. Hopefully you can pass it over. That's Thomas, number 7, but no pass gets taken away. Maybe Moore really hasn't performing very well lately. I wonder why that is. Okay. We really would like Wraith to lose their match. So Wraith is currently in 4th position. If we both do the same thing, if we say both win, then our positions aren't going to move. I mean, a win is still going to be a win. But if Wraith could lose, that would be very good for me, especially since Morton, I don't believe, is one of the top rated teams. They might be 5th or 6th, though. Ooh, Doohan only just barely deflects the ball away, leading to a corner kick, which makes me a bit unhappy. I think we focused on defending set pieces going into this match, though, because I feel like if we don't give up points in these defensive set pieces to these weaker teams, well, again, weaker, they actually on paper might be stronger. They just aren't performing quite as much in this particular season here. If we don't give up dumb scores to set pieces, then I think we can win them or beat them in just sort of like standard pitch play. Harkins holds the ball through 2 tackle attempts over there. Over to Forrest. Excellent. Struggling to make possession. That's fine, I'm sure. Back to Moore, who's pinned in. He's going to send it back. Forrest. Ralston going wide. Forrest definitely not as far forward as I expected to see him here. But again, he's not a striker position. Just attacking midfielder. I don't know if that was supposed to be a pass from Forrest or if that was a shot that didn't quite work out. And was blocked by a person, but Thomas was there to pick it up and gets the goal in. I'll be very curious to see exactly how that goes. So there's Forrest over here. I'm curious to see what it's going to look like he tries to do. So Doherty passes to Forrest. Forrest, I think that was a pass. It doesn't look strong enough. It looks like a pass that was actually off target. But this person here, Ashcroft, isn't actually able to hold on to the ball, so Thomas is able to pick up the little bounce and just get a quick shot off. Looks like the goalkeeper actually even got one finger on there, but it was not enough to stop the shot. I'm not going to call that a beautiful play in any way whatsoever. What did I just say about set pieces? It's exactly what I'm talking about right there. Wow. Wow. Now, I did go, before I started the match... Good God, who is that? Like, do something, buddy. Crane. I did go before the match and actually set up... Okay, that's still in there. That's good. Okay. Because sometimes it seems to get reset. I don't know if it's when your team changes or your lineup changes or what. There's injury on the other side. They already had one injury coming into this. And I'm hoping to just, like, dominate. But that's one of the reasons I didn't go into the control mentality. I'm not trying to play too aggressively here because I think that while we're doing better this season, I don't think we're actually the stronger, like a massively stronger team on paper, if we're even a stronger team on paper. I could have checked the stats beforehand. So we still have to play it cautiously. We have to still play with a certain amount of these teams are better than us mentality. We're at home, which is why I'm not going control, but I don't know. Maybe we should just always have a control sort of setup. Oh my god. Thank goodness. Don't want to give that up. Now, we are being outshot currently. Oh, there's a... that corner doesn't go anywhere, but at least we still have control. Over to Adams. Doherty. Back to Harkins. Adams. Moore. Quite a long shot there. So we're not taking advantage of Harkins as far forward as before. But I'm hoping that he can still lead a lot of good play opportunities in the middle there. In fact, it might even make better use of the fact that he's actually an excellent passer and finisher. Or not finisher, first touch, right? His positioning's good. All his... God damn it. All his sort of mental aspects are really good. He might be in a really good place to connect up our play from the defensive line to the attacking line. One can only hope. This Higginbotham guy, though, even though he's injured, he's still getting a lot of action. Crane just knocks it away, giving us some breathing space, which I guess is going to be required. So, still outshot going into the half. Free kick there doesn't lead to anything, which is a shame. It was going to be a goal kick as well, not even a corner. You get another shot there. Moore trying to bring the ball in a few times. That might be a good opportunity right there. Who was that? Was that Ballatoni? Ballatoni way forward. This is a central defender. Ballatoni way, way, way up front and just happens to be in the right place. Was that like a header? It actually wouldn't make it would make a certain amount of sense. Yeah, it is. Because Ballatoni as a central defender is excellent at headers. It's one of his things that he's there for, normally defending headers. I assume this was right off the back of a corner kick or something like that, which would explain why the defense was so far forward. Had we lost possession of the ball there, we might have been in a bit of trouble with so many people so far forward. Thomas all alone, but bad angle, but Moore... Thomas passing it to Moore. Beautiful pass, but Moore just sends it completely off to the side. You know, when a board says they feels like they're doing poorly, I wonder. Okay, I want you to keep, like... Come on, boys. You need to, like... Played well, there's room for improvement. All right. Come on, you got to crush this. Yeah, Moore's looking delighted. His morale is good, which is nice. We don't need to do a sub yet. Right, goals conceded. I don't think we're going to make a change. I was a little bit worried about our shots. No, we're 9-9, and 9's pretty good, actually, for a half game. That's actually a surprising amount of shots. We may want to work the ball into the box some more. I'm not sure what Forrest was thinking there. Now, we have recently just switched people around in position. There's some people who are individually not going to be as used to their particular role here. We actually may want to, we may need, if we're keeping up with this, oh, Jesus. If we're keeping up with this, we may need to adjust some of their training regiments as well. They might actually be training for a different position. But they may just not have the sort of sharpness for that role. Overall, our team's relatively fluid, or at least accomplished with our tactics, as is, despite the changes. But individuals may not be. And that might be something that's going on with Alan Forrest there. Wow, quite a bit of action there. Doherty holds on to the ball in a brilliant, beautiful move. Forrest gets a great pass to Moore. Moore's not able to sink it in there. Can't believe he missed it. Yeah, I'm starting to think Moore. Now, Craig Moore's, like, is he like something like 35 or something like that? I can't remember. I can't remember if he's older or younger. He's either like 20 or like 35. 22. Okay. He's still quite young. He is on loan, and this is actually not one of the people we have a really long-term loan with. I mean, we probably want to keep him around. He's quite good. But it does feel like he's been on a bit of a bad run. I mean, when Ballatoni's getting those goals there instead. Although that was an assist from Moore. Oh, frack's sake. What is this bullshit? Drops down the fourth, yeah. That's because Wraith is still looking to score. They got injuries all over their team. My entire defensive position is out of there. Now, Crane is set to be more attacky, and maybe that's what costs us there. Maybe it's because Crane is set to be such an attacking mentality. And maybe he should be pulled back a little bit. If not, more so. Maybe he should just be set to a regular winger. Or a fullback, rather, is what I meant to say, on support. You know, we do have a fair amount of attacking here. Maybe we're not as reliant. Are they both set to wingbacks, which is interesting. Fullback is probably what I meant. You know, supported fullbacks may be better. I don't know. That is extremely disappointing, though. Oh, it's probably time for a... Oh, my God. Come on, get it out of there. Probably time for us to make some substitutes as well here. Pause. Jamie Adams is looking a little tired. We'll bring in Robbie Crawford instead. Conrad is looking a little tired. He's got a good rating because he actually scored here. That's probably fine. What about the front? Alan Forrest. We don't have a good sub. Oh, that's not true. We have Paul Kearney, actually, who can actually play that forward role quite well. He's got no morale right now. But he probably hasn't been getting played very much lately, and he's probably upset about that. And Craig Moore, we don't have a good sub for you, unfortunately. Kevin Nisbeth can play the poacher role, and that's what he's trained up to. I suppose I can pull Jamie Thomas back to here, and then put Kevin Nisbet in that position. That might be the way to go. Swap you, and then put... I wasn't there a second ago. Then put Kevin Nisbet in there. Nisbet. All right, 3 fresh players, mostly forward. I'm not going to make like a radical change to the strategy. I mean, the 2 wide defenders have been adjusted. I think that was actually a mistake. I think they were like, yeah, I think it's going to be better this way. I mean, we might still want Crane to be aggressive depending on things. We'll have to see. But I think that conceded that goal because Crane was so far forward. I wonder if we want to actually set our stuff to exploit the middle. I mean, it's not like the other teams necessarily got a vulnerability in the middle, but that's where our strongest players are, and we really want to keep the ball moving that way. Oh, Nesbitt, potentially. Long shot, no. Really have to win this game. We actually are very much counting on a victory here. We are coming in with a morale that's kind of shot because of a couple of losses that were a lot harder to deal with. But this should be a win here. Come on, Crane. No, they still got the ball over to Riley. He's not really going to be in position to shoot. 37's relatively well covered as well. There we go. Dewan's going to be able to move the ball forward. I mean, do I want to set myself to an attacking thing? You know, there's a lot of risk to doing that. You know, longer range passing. It might be a virtue of the fact that, you know, not everyone's used to the roles they're currently playing. Big long bomb for Doherty does not do anything, though. How's the fouls? Relatively high, but no actual cards. That probably is a sign that the goalkeepers may not, or the referees may not be calling things too aggressively. So let's be a little bit more aggressive with our tackling here. Oh, that is a waste time instruction right there. Passing it way back to the goalkeeper, who's taking a long time to shoot it forward. All right, Nisbet's got it. Excellent. We've got Thomas over there, open. Kearney. Oh, the other thing I can do is Thomas is probably set to defensive forward, and I should probably change that mentality a wee bit. Harkins, Crawford, Doherty. Harkins to Thomas. No real opening to move it forward, though, but back to Harkins, which is good. Kearney. And a little stuck. Harkins, man, they're all up in here. They're doing a good job defending with no real openings. Big long shot over there, and what can we do about that? Yeah, wonderful stuff, but if it doesn't result in a goal, and not giving us another time to do a tactics change, hasn't even triggered the last one yet, which is a bit annoying. Kearney, Thomas. Well, there was a potential opening sending it to Nisbet, but no. Harkin's going to have to pass it backwards if he doesn't lose it. Crawford to Kearney. Over to Nisbet, who's got an opening. Oh, he was offside. God damn it. Oh, that is really tough. Okay. Tactical change. I mean, we got to move the ball up. I'm not sure that shoot on sight is correct. Look for overlap, something like that. All right, we'll be a little bit more aggressive. I mean, I would hate to have a loss in here, but I mean, come on. There's been so many opportunities here. So many. Oh, Harkins, come on, buddy. That's not the time to do that. Or that. Okay. Thank you very much, Crane. That was good. Get that back in there. May have to encourage them to go route one with the passing here. Over to Harkins. Thomas. Big long shot, but nothing to have out of it. Come on. Keep it really high tempo. I mean, there's a good chance we'll just start flubbing some plays, but we gotta try something. Yeah, it hasn't kicked in yet. I mean, slightly longer passing has. Back to Ballatoni, but he's got it. Wide to Crane. Big, long, direct passes. Big passes. Doherty, Harkins. A couple of options up front. Kearney, Nisbet. And Harkins not really in a position to take a lot of shots anymore, which is a little bit unfortunate. Thomas can be able to get anything. Dumps it back to Crawford. Over Kearney to Tom. Oh, come on! Just get in the goddamn net. 20 shots on at this point. 20 shots on. Yeah, we can't work the ball in the box if we're going route 1. Which, I mean, we got to do that. And at this point, it's like, just shoot on sight. Just... We got to hope to get lucky. These are not going to be quality shots. We're just going to get more shots on now. I wouldn't have done this otherwise. We got 4 minutes left to go. We're really going to have to hope for a good amount of luck here. But we still have to control over the ball, or we did. I don't know what's going on there. Okay, we got another shot on, but... Okay, don't shoot on sight. Fine. Do this. Work the ball into the box. Maybe that is what we have to do. It'll reduce the chance of getting a shot, but maybe we'll actually get... I'm just confusing people. I'm trying all the things at this point. That's still got the shoot on sight, which, yeah. I don't know. I mean, to a certain extent, that's what we need to get in that final shot. Having huge control and possession here. I mean, the possession stats aren't really showing it, but in this latter, like, last 5-10 minutes, it sure as hell feels that way. Clearly playing this super aggressive game is the way to go. Come on! I mean, it's got a lot of risk, though. Oh my god. Oh my god. Just stupid bullshit. I'm going to be, like, aggressive. That wasn't good enough. You guys all suck, and I hate you. We so should have won that game. So should have won that game. The usual poor discipline aside. God damn it. So that puts us in 4th place now. Because of the draw, with Wraith winning there. Just barely ahead of St. Mirren now. I mean, we're tied with Wraith, but they're winning on goal differential. I'm really disappointed by the team. I'm really disappointed. Now, part of it may have been a little bit of confusion by what stuff that happened. Railston, are you just away on international? Or you're cup locked? Or cup tied? So you can't do this. So we're just going to remove you. Put Andy Geegan? Oh, I think you're suspended from another league match, but not this. I'm surprised Andy can play this position over here. That's actually quite interesting. Is that the sort of thing we want? I mean, really, we got you to play ball-winning midfielder over here. That's what you're there for. Nicky was there. We probably want to bring Jamie Adams in as a substitute for the middle-type positions. And Geegan, you're actually much more comfortable playing full defense, which is okay, which is actually a lot more what we're looking for. Yeah, maybe not crossing from the byline. I think we need you in support of this. I'm just not sure about Crane. No, we'll do that. Maybe not on attack role, but we'll go support wingback instead for Crane. Oh, Dugan's cup locked as well. Oh, that's a little bit annoying. What do I want to do? Close this. Remove you. Bring Greg Fleming, who's upset because he hasn't been playing much. But there you go. You'll get some cup play. Hooray, congratulations. So next match is against Falkirk. A team that should absolutely dominate us on paper, home game or not. We'll get a little bit more practice in with this particular position, which is going to be something. I'm actually wondering with the training, it might be a good idea to schedule right back to match tactics as aggressively as possible. Yeah. Just get a little bit more familiarity with everyone's new positions. And maybe we won't set up any specific defenses. Okay, well, we'll put a cut in here. I'm incredibly disappointed by that draw. Incredibly. To me, that's like a devastating loss. A devastating loss is what that feels like. But that's what happens. Thanks for watching. See you next time.